Moments of Pure Genius, presented by Summit Sciences. Your brain has two major thinking systems. One works very fast and is good at rapid scanning and labeling. The other is extremely smart and a little slower to process information. They have very different functions. Your slow-thinking brain is a genius, solves deep problems, communicates well, makes deep connections with people, and does very high-quality work. Your fast-thinking brain focuses on rapid scanning to find something to eat, something to fight, and something to have sex with. This fast-thinking system is perfect for identifying food. Think of a hunter out in the forest. He hears something in the trees. Instantly, he has to determine if this is going to be food, if this is going to be danger, or if this is going to be an opportunity to mate. This rapid scanning thinking system kept mankind alive throughout history. Yet, in our modern world, focusing on food, fighting, and sex is not the advantage it once was. Our slower brain's genius thinking, problem solving, and ability to do high quality work is much more practical in today's world. If this thinking system is so perfect for today's environment, how come we don't use it more? Thousands of times a day, our survival brain gets triggered by things around us, shutting down deep thinking and awakening primitive instincts. Let's look at a few examples. First of all, let's look at food. A person is sitting, trying to get some work done, and instantly starts thinking about something to eat, maybe the next break. Then maybe thoughts go to dinner that evening. Maybe it could be a barbecue. There's an anniversary coming up. Maybe we'll have friends over and cook a turkey. Watching television, you see advertisements for fast food. Driving home, listening to the radio, you hear advertisements for new restaurants and specials they have on food. Dangers. In a moment of silence, where does your head go? And maybe it starts to think about a problem that was really frustrating that you're trying to solve. Issues with your children, not knowing what to do about them. Worries about money. Are you going to have enough money today or tomorrow? Then you hear that bing. A brand new email came in and it's bad news. You think about your vehicle. It's getting up there in years. Maybe it's going to break down. Your children are in their teens. Do you have enough money to pay for their education? A news alert comes up in your email and you find out that there's a possibility of another war. You get a text message from a family member and it could be that your aging parents need to go to a care home. Sex. You're sitting at your desk thinking, and your mind starts to go to maybe you've let your body go. In order to still be sexually potent, you need to start exercising more to look good for the opposite sex. You maybe see a coworker in the office who's pretty or handsome, and thoughts go to what they would be like to spend more time with. You think about children. Should you have another child, or maybe should you look forward to grandchildren? On the TV screen and on your computer monitor, there's sexual images. On your cell phone, there's pornography and there's sexually suggestive content on social media. In every waking moment of our lives, we are bombarded with danger, food, and sex that distract us and shut off our deep thinking brains. And unfortunately, even if you are completely safe and satisfied, you don't get a break from this brain. If there is no danger, we are not hungry, and there's nothing sexually stimulating in front of us, our mind looks to the past or the future and tries to get back to scanning. It thinks, maybe I have money now, but I remember a time when things were hard, or in the future I could run into money troubles again. Sure, there's no war affecting my country right now, but what about in the future? What about that big party that's coming up where I'm going to have a bunch of company and maybe I should start getting ready for that? What about a fight that I had with my spouse 2-3 days before? You can maybe start to look at your computer and go through old emails and look at fights that you had in the past. Look at tasks that you have coming up in the future and wonder if you're going to have the capacity to get them done. How do we fight off this primitive instinct that gets triggered by everything around us every day? How can we be productive again? The answer has a few parts, so let's get started. The first thing we need to do is acknowledge this primitive thinking system is meant to keep us alive. Define a time of less than 1 hour, most find 25 minutes is their max, when you can prove these things to yourself. First of all, there is no danger at this moment. I will not be attacked, a bear will not eat me, there is no one attacking me. You have enough resources in this moment. You will not starve. You have enough money. You have food and shelter right now. And finally, it's not important to have sex or think about sex in this moment. Why define the time? It is impossible to tell your survival brain you will be safe, well-fed, and sexually content forever. Your brain knows bad things happen. Your car will break down or you will need a new one. There will be a time in the future when you need to eat again. Money will always be important for you and your family. Your sexual needs will need to be cared for at some point. The house that you love is going to need renovations and repair. Your job may not be secure forever, but your survival brain can be convinced that you are safe now and will remain so for a defined time. What happens in these 25 to 60 minute moments when your survival brain lets go? First, you are content. You realize you need nothing in this moment to be safe and secure. You are a genius. Because you're not in a situation of scarcity, your body can free up all the resources needed for genius thinking. You have no stress or anxiety because your survival brain has been satisfied for these moments. You are brilliant at your work. You're able to accomplish things that would have never been possible with your survival brain present. Step 1. Set a defined time so your survival brain doesn't think you're trying to communicate you will be safe forever. 2. Set a defined purpose to fulfill in that time so your survival brain knows it's important to let you think. 3. Prove there is no danger. Check the door, turn off your phone, tell people not to distract you in this moment. 4. Prove there is no need for food or sex. You have eaten, your offspring will continue, survival is not dependent. And remind your primitive brain of all of these facts the moment it tries to get you to think about anything other than the task that is right in front of you. Following these steps will help you create moments of pure genius.